Imagine an army that conquers cities without shedding a single drop of blood. History books tell you Genghis Khan was a savage barbarian, a monster of the steppes. But that is a lie. Or rather, it is exactly what he wanted you to believe. Genghis Khan was not just a warrior. He was history's first master of cognitive warfare. He realized that the human mind is fragile. Break the mind, and the body will surrender. Welcome to The Vizier's Edge. Today, we dissect the algorithm of terror. We will explore how the Mongols used information as a weapon centuries before the internet. How they manufactured rumors that traveled faster than their fastest horses. But why does this matter to you? Because the tactics of the 13th century are the exact same tactics used by modern media, marketing, and corporate politics today. You are being besieged, not by arrows, but by anxiety, by the fear of what if. To survive, we must look back. We must understand the mechanism of the trap to escape it. Let's transport ourselves to the year 1219, the Khwarazm Empire, a civilization at the peak of its power, wealthy, cultured, and seemingly invincible. They had higher walls, more soldiers, and better technology than the Mongols. So, how did they fall so fast? The answer isn't on the battlefield. The answer lies in a calculated whisper that started months before the first arrow flew. This is the story of how Genghis Khan engineered the apocalypse.
It started with a mistake, a fatal calculation by the governor of Otrar, a border city of the Khwarezmian Empire. He saw Mongol traitors and suspected spies. He had them executed and their goods seized. When news reached Genghis Khan, he didn't scream. He went to a sacred mountain to pray for 3 days. When he came down, the goal had changed. This was no longer a war for territory. It was a war for vengeance. Phase 1 of the psychological attack, the inflation of force. Before the main army moved, Genghis sent his true vanguard, spies disguised as merchants. They infiltrated the bazaars of Khwarezm, spreading carefully crafted lies. Their horses breathe fire. Their numbers are greater than the stars. They are not men, but demons. On the battlefield, the Mongols used visual deception. Every soldier was ordered to light 5 campfires at night. From the city walls, Khwarezmian scouts didn't see an army. They saw an endless ocean of fire. They put straw dummies on spare horses to make their ranks look double their actual size. The result? The Sultan of Khwarezm, ruler of millions, was paralyzed by paranoia. Terrified to face this demonic horde in open battle, he made a fatal error. He divided his massive army into garrisons behind city walls. Genghis had already won the tactical war without fighting. Now began Phase 2, the theater of cruelty. The Mongols arrived at the great city of Bukhara. They didn't just attack, they put on a show. History tells us Genghis rode into the city's main mosque, ascended the pulpit, and declared, "I am the flail of God. Had you not created great sins, God would not have sent a punishment like me upon you." He framed his conquest not as a political act, but as divine retribution, a psychological masterstroke. Then came the binary choice, presented to every city. Surrender immediately and be spared, or resist for even an hour and face total annihilation. When the city of Otrar finally fell, vengeance was absolute. The governor who started it all was captured. Legends say Genghis poured molten silver into his eyes and ears, repaying his greed. This brutality wasn't sadism, it was marketing. The story of Otrar spread like wildfire to the next cities. By the time the Mongols reached the capital, Samarkand, the city's will was already broken. The mighty Khwarezmian Empire didn't fall because its walls were weak. It fell because its mind was hacked. Genghis proved that the most defenseless territory is the space between your enemy's ears. Now, keep this image in your mind because we are about to fast forward 800 years.
Look around you. The stone walls have vanished. There are no archers in sight. But make no mistake, the siege isn't over. The battlefield has simply shifted. Today, Genghis Khan is not a person. He is an algorithm. Remember how the Mongols used inflation of force, lighting extra fires? News media does the exact same thing to your brain. Every minor event is portrayed as an immediate crisis. Their goal isn't information. It is to induce the same paralysis of fear that grounded the Sultan of Khwarazm. And Genghis's spies? They now live in your pocket. Midnight notifications, whispering rumors of failure, of not being enough, of falling behind everyone else. We are no strangers to the theater of cruelty either. It just has a new name: comparison culture. LinkedIn and Instagram are the new town squares, displaying not severed heads, but others' successes. What is the subliminal message? Look how weak you are. Do not resist. Surrender to anxiety. And our reaction? Exactly like the Sultan. We hide behind our walls. We scatter our forces. We start 1,000 projects, but finish none of them. This is analysis paralysis, the fear that if we make one wrong move, we will be destroyed. The result? We lose without fighting. Our dreams die in silence and isolation, not on the battlefield. Your nervous system cannot distinguish between a Mongol horde and an angry email from your boss. Both trigger cortisol, both send you into fight or flight mode. But Genghis won because his enemies did not understand his mind game. The good news is, you are not the Sultan of Khwarazm. You have a choice. To defeat this algorithm of fear, we need a new operating system. A system extracted from the heart of the golden age of Islam and the wisdom of the great viziers. The sages of Baghdad's House of Wisdom believed fear is not the result of darkness. It is the result of the absence of light. To protect the mind against chaos, they had 3 golden rules. Rule 1: the gatekeeper. Genghis counted on rumors. You must count on filtering. Close the inputs of your mind. Morning news? Delete. Unnecessary notifications? Turn off. If the enemy, media, cannot send its spy into the palace, mind, it loses half its power. Rule 2: dissecting the monster. Terror thrives in ambiguity. When you are afraid, ask yourself, what exactly can kill me? The Sultan of Khwarazm was defeated by the image of the Mongol army, not the army itself. Your fears are often shadows on the wall. Write them down. When you put fear on paper, you transform it from a monster into a problem. Rule 3, and most important, action is the antidote to paralysis. Genghis wanted his enemies to think so they would freeze. The counter-move is not thinking, it is stepping. Take the smallest possible step. Send one email. Write one line. Just move. Action dissipates the fog of fear. You cannot run and worry at the same time. Ancient wisdom tells us sabr does not mean sitting. Sabr means active resistance against the mental storm. The Khwarezmian Empire fell because it waited for fear to consume it. Do not wait. Awaken the Vizier within, strategize, close the gates, and attack. Genghis Khan, history's greatest conqueror, taught us that the mind is the ultimate battlefield. Whether you are a king or a victim in this field depends entirely on you. If this journey through history and mind was valuable, like the video so we can defeat the YouTube algorithm too. And to join the army of thinkers at the Vizier's Edge, subscribe right now. But wait, Genghis used external fear and swords to control the masses. More dangerous than him was a man who needed no army. He poisoned an empire with love and faith. In the next episode, Grigory Rasputin, saint or devil?